Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 25 of the Geek Access Podcast. Brandon is MIA today. He is having some back problems, but I am joined by Mr. Corey. Corey, how's it going?
Hey, buddy.
And we have...
I'm sick.
Oh, you're sick. You bums.
I am
And we have a very special guest on the show today. We met him at BlizzCon. He's cool shit. And he's future co-host of mine for the Blizzard Hour. Everybody welcome Mr. Gemmett Hunts.
Hello.
I will clap.
Gemmett,
I think that's the first time I've ever gotten an applause.
an ovation.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody should clap. Oh, that's
Everybody should clap for Gemmett. Now, you guys can't see it because you can't see my video, but you'll have to check out the recorded live stream because the live streamers can see it.
more views.
I have the Battle of Endor scene on the wall behind me, thanks to my
Oh, no, I
father-in-law.
saw your picture.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
It's
But I
pretty
can't find my
sweet.
hat, so my receding hairline is grossly on the video today. Getting old.
Ba-ba.
But anyway, so it's been a couple weeks. First episode of the new year. Happy New Year to both of you and to all of our listeners.
Happy New Year. About time. It's been a while.
I know, with what, 364 days, right?
Yeah. Too long. Too long.
A little bit of a long time, yeah.
A little bit. Dude, it's been 2 months since BlizzCon. That's ridiculous.
That's too bad.
I know, right? The withdrawals are still there.
Kind of feels like it. I thought it was a lot. I don't know. It doesn't feel like 2 months.
No,
It does not feel like 2
no, it certainly doesn't. I got to apologize for my throat today. My throat's a little weird today, but yeah. So Corey, it's been a couple
Yes.
weeks. How have your couple weeks been?
They've been pretty good. I'm actually I kicked my roommate out just recently, so that was fun.
Well, that's good.
So now
I can't
yeah,
do that. I'm kind of legally bound to her.
Yeah, that's fair though. You liked it and you put a ring on it, so
Right.
so yeah, that's fun. I picked up a PS Vita. This thing's pretty sweet for like $200. Got Borderlands 2 with all the DLC, and then I picked up
Nice. I got you can't see
Stranger's
it, but I
Wrath.
got mine too. See, we'll act like we can see each other's videos, but you can't see mine. But yeah, no, I love it.
Wow, yours is so cool looking.
I know, isn't it cool?
No.
Did you put Binding of Isaac on it?
Oh no, I didn't do that yet.
No.
I probably should. I'm
It's-
too far on my PlayStation 4. I've beaten it too many times.
I don't know if the save files go back and forth.
I hope so. That'd make my life so much easier.
Yeah, that would be cool though. That's cool.
And then I
I
picked
like
up
it.
what else? What else this week? I picked up a lot of games. I got Dragon Age Inquisition. Tried that out for like 5 minutes, and then got the Metro Last Light.
Nice.
That's pretty badass. And then I picked up Evil Within because it was half off. And that's actually not too bad. I after how much shit I gave it over the past few episodes, it's not too bad.
Well, that's
It's
cool.
not scary. It's a giant gore fest like it's implied, but
Right.
it's so
Well, that's-
it's good.
That's cool. I
Makes
got
you think.
I got Inquisition myself, but I haven't started it yet because I got a GTX 980 for Christmas, which
I
is
saw that.
Nvidia's gorgeous 4 GB video card. So I'm actually going back through and I'm playing through all the Dragon Age games. So I'm about 30 hours deep into Origins right now. That's cool. So I'm gonna play through them all. What is that?
With a bang. Now all the haves and have-nots return.
Do you guys hear that?
For one.
Yeah.
I do hear that. What is that?
Where is it coming from?
Tuesday, January 6th, 9/8 Central.
All right.
Somebody's watching a YouTube video. Where's the
No,
ad?
it was because I have my Twitch dashboard open and an advertisement started to play.
Nice. That was a good ad.
Yeah, it was a good ad. But anyway, yeah, so that's kind of what I'm doing. But yeah, so I'm about 30 hours into Origins, and I had never played it before. I got it back in '09 when it came out.
You've
and
never played it before?
No, because I got through like the first part, and I'm like, this is really boring. It's like Neverwinter Nights and I don't care. But I've apparently matured as a gamer quite a bit because now I'm loving it and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So
What about time?
yeah, it is. But
You've been missing out.
I have been. But well, that's cool. No, I hear Inquisition is amazing, and it's very open worldy, a lot of collectibles, and I know people that are like 60, 70 hours deep into it and still have shit to do. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But-
Looks fun.
Mr. Gemmett, first time on the show, sir. Again, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
What have you been up to? What's going on in the hunter's life?
God, not really a whole bunch. Warcraft is getting a little stale already.
I
Oh
know.
no,
I
that
know.
game I don't play. Oh my god.
I hate criticizing Blizzard. But, oh God, I'm bored. I've
I
been
know.
playing South Park: The Stick of Truth.
It's so great.
It's such a good game.
It is a wonderful game. I love the humor.
So good.
I didn't like picking it up for full price when it first came out, but if you get it on
I
like a
didn't
Steam
care.
sale, it's totally worth it.
Yeah, that was the one thing I bought during the Steam sale.
Yeah.
The
But
most
no,
recent
I'm
one.
definitely feeling you on the I don't think it's the quality of it. I think they've done a marvelous job with Warlords. I think part of it might be is there's too much to do. There's too much option. There's too many choices, and because of that, we can't make one, and we just feel bored. I think that might be part of it.
Well, also I feel like I've done everything. Mainly because I play on, I've been maining on a European server so far this expansion. So I log in, there's nobody around. So I'm just like,
Right.
oh, okay, let's go after all these achievements, get all this fishing done and whatever.
Right. See, I have 2 characters at level 100, 3 or 4 characters around 95, 96, and at least every class is 90 or higher. So I've been kind of doing that, but no, I've like one of the guys that we raid with. I've been talking to him, and I was like, I'm at until the next content patch comes out. I'm at the point where like I could just log on raid night and do other stuff the rest of the week. Like I just don't care that much.
That's what I'm hearing from a lot of people too. They're like, I just log into raid now.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel the garrisons are cool and I like them and they're great in concept. And I think the next iteration of them, or maybe even Garrison Level 4 when that comes out with whatever content patch it comes out with. But it's to the point where I feel like I'm logging into Clash of Clans, or I feel like I'm logging into Farmville. Like I'm logging in, I'm doing all my daily stuff, and then that alt is done for the day. Now I'm going to log into this one, and that alt is done for the day. And then I have
So
my 1 or 2
exciting.
alts that I main on. Like, in theory, it's a lot to do, and it's really cool. I wish they had made a little bit more of it work together. And I also wish they made it so you could update your goddamn garrison missions on your phone, because that would be awesome. But then I don't think anybody would log in.
Yeah,
Probably
probably not.
But, I mean, that would help their servers, though. I mean, you're still paying them $15 a month, and you just check your garrisons every day on your phone. That would take a lot of weight off their servers. So yeah, I don't know. I was all gung ho about it. I even like that first weekend that Pound Fist was gonna spawn. I was out there with everyone for like 8 hours. And of course they got DDoSed that night. They got DDoSed again a couple nights ago. I mean, yeah, the DDoSing shit's getting really, really crazy.
It's getting really old.
When's it
Can't
gonna
they find
end?
something new to do?
It is.
Right.
Well, you know what it is, and I hate to compare it to it because there's no loss of life in a DDoS, but it's no different than a mass shooting or a serial killer or anything that's publicized greatly. I mean, you don't see it on like your local news channels, but it's all over every internet website, the DDoSing. And what it is you've got your one person and then you've got your copycats. You go, oh, well, look how much media publicity they're getting. So now we're going to do it. And that's what's happening with the DDoSing now is, you have Lizard Squad, and I'm sure Lizard Squad's not responsible for all of them. And you have, because it's not, I mean, it's a couple $100 worth of hardware and some basic know-how of internet infrastructure is all it really takes to do it. I'm pretty sure all 3 of us have the computer hardware required to do it. It's just a matter of knowing how. And it's just, it's dumb. I mean, it's kind of comical at first. It's kind of like putting on a God mode cheat code on Grand Theft Auto. It's fun for the first 20 minutes, but then you just want to find something else to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. And they're trying to be all righteous about it, going, oh, well, we're trying to, show the companies a lesson and show that their security needs to be fixed. And you're not hurting anybody but the consumer because the company already has their subscription fee. You're not hurting anybody. They brought down PSN and Xbox Live on Christmas Day.
Those poor kids.
I know,
Thanks,
right?
Dad, for the Xbox.
But not even
Sorry,
just
you
the
can't
poor
play it,
kids,
son.
but poor us, like veteran COD players who look forward to our Christmas noobs. Like we weren't able to pick on them either. It was bad. But
I was all kinds of not home, not doing.
yeah,
PlayStation
you
things.
guys were gone. We missed your brother for raid night. We needed him for our flamethrowers for Brackenspore.
Oh, darn it.
I know. So well, that's
Better
cool.
get
Gemmet,
on 'em.
Gemmet, how was your New Year, sir?
Completely uneventful. I did absolutely nothing.
You didn't go out and get drunk? I find that hard to believe.
Of course, I got drunk. That just comes with the territory for New Year's. Yeah, I just sat on my couch being a grumpy old man.
The best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Super grilling.
I gotta while I'm thinking of it, 'cause I just vaped it. I'm gonna show the bottle for the listeners. But you can't see it. It's called Ace Vapor. It's really cool. The flavor I have right now is 4th Street, and it tastes like a nice fresh morning cappuccino, and it's delicious.
That sounds good.
It is good. And it at my local shop it was about $24 for a 33 milliliter bottle, so not a bad price. But I like it. Yeah, I got my IPv3, which I think I tweeted you the picture of it. I like that. It's a 150 watt mod. It's ridiculous. And then I actually got my wife the IPV Mini, so she's not using her rookie vape pen anymore. So she's got something that will give her some flavor.
Good for her.
I know. Hey, neither of us have smoked in about 5 months. I think she has 1 or 2. She cheats when she goes out to the bar, but yeah. So quit smoking, start vaping. Life is good.
It's cheaper.
Yeah.
It is a lot cheap. Well, if you get into some of like the gourmet liquids, like I've seen some liquids online that are like $55 for a 30 milliliter bottle. So yeah, but it's yeah, I mean there are some ridiculous prices, but I go with Vapor Chef typically. It's $30 for a 60 milliliter bottle, so $60 lasts me 2 weeks. So it's $30 a week, which is significantly cheaper than smoking. But I don't know. I like it, and it's healthier. You know, I mean, I feel better. I'm down to 3 milligrams of nicotine, so I'm almost off the nicotine completely. But
Well, what do you do once you get off of it? Do you just stop?
there's a bunch of flavors that have all the flavors that you can get from the majority of the companies. You can get 0 milligrams of nicotine. Like Fuzzy, actually, Fuzzy got a vape for his brother, because his brother's a smoker. And then Fuzzy's heard me talk about it so much on the show, and whenever we're in TeamSpeak together, I'm always vaping. He actually bought himself one, even though he hasn't smoked in forever. But he just bought 0 milligram liquid, so there's no nicotine in it. He just does it for the flavor. And if you hang out with smokers or you go out to the bars a lot, and we all know Fuzzy's an alcoholic, you know, there's a lot of smokers out there. So it as an ex-smoker, it allows you to hang with the smoking crowd while you're smoking your own device and not feel the pressure to have a cigarette. So it's a good smoking deter. It's like a smoking ward. But
Gotcha.
yeah, but that works. I wanted to bring up because something really cool happened over Christmas Eve, and it kind of ties into an older episode. Gemmet, you might or might not be familiar with it. The game Hatred. We did an episode about it like a month before BlizzCon or so. So back in October, and it's basically a game where you play the role of a mass murderer, and you just try and murder as many helpless people as you can. It got a lot of red flags. It had been kicked off Steam. There was a huge protest by it. It got let back onto Steam's Greenlight program, and it passed the Greenlight by like 98%. So it will be released on Steam. It's supposed to be coming out Q2 2015, and they're going to be starting pre-orders soon. And if you pre-order it, you get a Hatred t-shirt. So,
All right.
yeah. So
Sweet.
they haven't released a retail price for it yet. But it seems to be that they might be releasing multiplayer. They might be adding a score system. So all the things that Brandon said that they shouldn't add, because it would add that veil of legitimacy that we had talked about, that Brandon was so happy wasn't there. They might be adding. So that veil of legitimacy might be being applied to this game as well. But you go onto Steam, and it's a bunch of people fighting back and forth. Should be allowed, shouldn't be allowed, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so that was kind of cool. I'm excited for that. I don't really care so much about playing it, but just to kind of see what it does, you know? But
it'll be interesting just to see how many people actually get it.
it will. Well, I think it's going to sell like hotcakes, dude. In today's world,
I know it will. I'm just curious
you know,
how much it's going to sell.
right. I'm curious. You know what? I don't want to say I'm waiting for it because it almost sounds sadistic because I never want harm to come to anybody, but I'm curious, I guess I should say, as to what the first crime that this game will be blamed for is going to be. Do you know what I mean?
There'll be countless once it comes out.
Oh yeah, yeah. It'll be the Marilyn Manson of this generation. I mean, Manson was blamed for everything. So, yeah.
What did they blame everything on before? It was why can't I'm totally drawing a blank. Grand Theft Auto.
It was Grand Theft.
Yeah.
It's a new thing every generation. You know, for the aughts, it was GTA, and now it's going to be, you know, Hatred and other games like Hatred. For the 90s, it was Manson and like the metal music, and the 80s it was Ozzy, and the 70s and 60s it was Kiss and Alice Cooper and all the little soccer moms and the different generations of soccer moms. They all have their things to blame. Now they're targeting vaping. They're going after vaping for the same reason they went after cigarettes, because of all like the candy flavors and the sweet flavors, and they're saying that we're trying to lure children. And they're like, oh, it's a gateway to cigarettes. I'm like, if you've ever vaped, you will know that you'll never pick up a cigarette again.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I had a cigarette a couple of last week, and I immediately regretted it.
It's like saying that Patron.
It.
It's like saying that Patron is a gateway to Jose Cuervo. It's like not at all. You have alcohol in that big sippy cup, don't you?
No, actually, it's water.
I probably should have some too.
There'll be alcohol after this, then.
Oh yes, yeah. Right now the wife is making a I don't know. She had me pick up chicken, Yukon Gold potatoes, and some other spices, and she's making dinner right now. So
Sounds like she's making chicken.
yeah, well, it's some weird recipe she got. So they were specifically Yukon Gold potatoes. So I don't know what's probably chicken and mashed potatoes, basic stuff.
There you go.
She's still using the crutches, so she's very limited with what she can do.
How long should you need to be on this for?
She started physical therapy. She is she still can't put weight on it right now. She's working on getting her range of motion in her knee back. Once she has full range of motion back, she can start on her strength training. So I'm still out of work on family medical leave, which is, I mean, it's good because I can help with the kids and I'm spending time with the kids, but I'm getting antsy.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point now where I'm like, all right, once you can pick the baby up, I'm going back to work. It's like, plus I mean, I have enough money to get by, but like, I'm not getting my overtime money. I'm not getting all my different bonus money. Like it's tough.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. At least Christmas is over. I got through the hard part. Now I don't have anything until March, when both the kids' birthdays happen within a 2-week period. Oh yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Yes, indeed it will. Anyway, so I'll talk a little bit about mine and Gemmett's, and I believe Corey's brother's upcoming show. I believe Eric is still interested in doing it. I haven't talked to him in the last couple of weeks because he's been otherwise detained.
I think he's still wanting to do it.
Probably. But yeah, so it's going to be the Blizzard Hour. It's going to be on Friday or Saturday night around sometime. Gemmett and I are still working out the details, but it is going to be a weekend show. And it's basically going to be, it's going to be a Blizzard news show, but I hate calling it a news show because it sounds so formal. We're just going to be hanging out, talking about everything in Blizzard. We're going to be covering World of Warcraft, Heroes of the Storm, Hearthstone, Diablo, and StarCraft when there is news. There hasn't been a lot lately, but as we get closer to Into the Void, there's bound to be more news coming up about that. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But so that's going to be most likely a weekly show. We'll have some, typical fan interaction and questions or whatever. And as the show picks up steam and kind of gets going, then maybe have some guests on there and kind of work in here and there and see how it goes. Maybe a live show at BlizzCon. I don't want to bite off more than we can chew. I don't want to talk about doing live shows before the first episode even happens, but those are just some kind of things that have been thrown into at least my mind that I've been tossing around. So, but episode 1 will be happening this month at some point in time. So if you're a fan of ours, or if you're a fan of Gemmett's, or you are interested in what Corey's brother looks like, come on, check out the show, and yeah, and have a good time with us and enjoy it. Gemmet, do you have anything to add to that? You, I know you have kind of your fan base and you have your internet personality. So, is there anything that any of your flavor that you want to add to that promotion?
Oh God. I have
Flavor.
Hold on, wait. I have a fan base.
You have a fan base, dude. Every time you retweet something that I tweet you, it gets like favorited by 50 people within 30 seconds. My phone does not shut up for 3 minutes.
I don't even understand why. Okay.
Yeah, I don't understand why you.
I don't know. I don't get why the people.
I don't understand why you have a fan base either, but apparently you do.
You know, I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and they're like, "What? Well, what do you do?" I don't know. I'm like the Kardashian of the Warcraft world, I guess.
Apparently.
There you go.
Who knows why you know this person, but everybody's for some reason does.
Right. Well, it helps that you were on the documentary.
Oh yeah, that little 15-second stint.
Yeah, but that's like all Scott was on it for too, and like everyone was like, "Oh my God, Scott's on the documentary." Actually, the Guildmaster of AIE was actually on it too, and he actually was titled on it.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was cool, and that is where I learned his name was Moses, because at the Guild Hall he just introduced himself as his character name. But yeah, no. So that's, I mean, it'll be fun, and I look forward to it, and it'll be cool to have, kind of bring all that Blizzard stuff together. I know a couple people have attempted Blizzard shows in the past, but this was prior to the last year where they only really had 3 properties, and now they've got 5 with a 6th upcoming. So, and that was when I even forgot to mention the plug. We're definitely going to be talking about Overwatch, because once I have access to it, I know I'll be playing the living shit out of it. So I'm really looking forward to it. But it's definitely going to be a fun game. So no, it'll be a fun show, and I look forward to it. And it'll bring things together. It'll be nice to break Eric's podcasting cherry.
That'll be funny.
Yeah. You'll have to create a fake email account and harass him.
Oh, I will. He probably already knows, but that's all right.
Yeah. So, kind of backtracking a little bit. Inquisition, you said you played it for a very short period of time?
Probably about like an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. How you liking what you've played?
So far, it's nice. I like it. It's different. I mean, it's weird how you go from like over the shoulder third person into like over the top view. I don't know. It's kind of a weird transition because you have to like stop everything. And I don't know. It's different from Origins.
Well, isn't that what you did with Origins? Like Origins, you had your third person view, but then you could go into your
but I'm
tactical
playing it on
view.
a controller now, and it's weird.
Oh, are you playing it on PS4?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I got it on
weird.
PC.
Yeah.
So-
See, it wouldn't be weird for me if I was playing it on a computer.
Right.
But it's weird.
That I can understand that. That is probably an odd transition.
It's weird.
Yeah. But
But besides that, it's pretty fun. I mean,
Right.
it looks great. There is a little bit of frame rate lag and a little bit of buggy shit going on, but I don't really care.
yeah, when I had talked about it on a couple of the Facebook groups that I'm in, everybody that reported any type of graphical issues, they're playing it on consoles. Everyone that said, "Oh, this game runs flawlessly," is playing it on a PC that's built to be able to run such a game. So, I mean, it's one of those things where, the consoles are a year out and they're already falling behind. And I think that goes to show, or I think that says something for what the life of consoles are going to be. When you have a 7-year console cycle, and the console you just released last year has been in development for 4, it's going to have problems. It's no different than if I build a game engine and then I take 10 years to make that game. That game engine's a decade old when that game comes out.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be flaws. It's not going to live up to current technology. And it's one of those things where, on one hand, we whine and complain when we get a rushed product, yet we also whine and complain when a game comes out and it feels like it's 5 years old the day it comes out. So, for the people that bitch and complain about Madden and Call of Duty, and now Need for Speed is on that list of those yearly releases,
Mm-hmm.
they may be stale in the sense that we're getting essentially the same game with a new skin, but you can't deny that they run flawlessly every year. You know, and then you look at something like Battlefield, which all the anti-COD players are like all about Battlefield, but the servers are unstable, guns are always unbalanced, things are buggy. Yeah, the servers say they can handle 64 people versus 64 people, but you get onto a 128 player server and tell me you don't feel any lag. You know what I mean? So
Not that bad sometimes.
while on paper the game may be better, the experience is typically better in one of those yearly releases because they release it every year and they've got it right. You know, cookie cutter might not be exciting, but you know you're going to get the same shape every time, and you know you're going to get what you're promised. And that's where that benefit of being cookie cutter comes into play. So, you know, you can look at it either way. Inspiration and originality or innovation, not inspiration, but innovation and originality, it definitely paves the way. But how many speed bumps are you going to encounter in the process? And that's where people are dedicated and they'll stick through them, or they'll jump ship and go somewhere else. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I guess you're gonna have to.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. But oh well. Hey, so how's your movie project coming along?
We decided to go from movies to now we want to kind of make a show because we have a lot of ideas, and we.
So is this going to be like Corey's version of Trailer Park Boys?
Oh God, no, nothing like that shit. This is like we kind of want to make a show similar to Twilight Zone, where it's kind of eerie and it all kind of takes place in the same world.
I'm gonna edit that so it says you want to make a show similar to Twilight.
Twilight Zone. No.
So, that's kind of cool. So it's gonna be like episodic, and that'll be interesting.
We wanted to have more horror aspects in it, though, so it's gonna be more scary.
Well, you're gonna be in it, so that's gonna happen.
Yeah. But so far, it's going all right. We still just gotta get equipment. We're trying to decide on a camera, really,
right?
Like a commercial camera, not like a stupid handheld piece of shit guy.
Well, that's what you should do. You should go for the whole found footage thing and just use a bunch of GoPros.
GoPros are still expensive as shit.
Yeah, I know.
Those
I was
little
actually
things are
looking at one.
ridiculous.
That was one of the things I was looking at after BlizzCon, as opposed to using a phone camera or something like that. One of those GoPros on a stick. Yeah, they're like $400 or $600. I'm like, I go to maybe an event a year. I'm not spending $600 on a camera.
Yeah,
Ain't gonna happen. But it is what it is. So, oh well. So Gemmet, other than WoW, what have you been doing, dude? Or is it just been WoW? Because you said you've been getting bored of it. Have you been keeping yourself busy otherwise?
Well, I picked up Stick of Truth during the Steam sale, and I've been fiddling around with that. But other than that, I'm been really busy working on getting my podcast, Let's WoW, back up and running.
Right.
I'm not going to go full out on the internet what happened, but we have been in hiatus for a little while, and trying to get that back up and running. It's taking a ton of work.
Well, plug it alert of it yet. I haven't heard of it, so.
I can't. The latest episode we put out was just before BlizzCon.
Right.
So we haven't had a show in a while.
But I mean, like, so it's called Let's WoW.
Yeah.
So what's the nature of it?
Oh, well, just every week we bring in somebody from out and about in the community and pick their brains, have a fun chat.
Right.
It's really super casual.
So similar to this, but like focused on a particular subject or two.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
And we like to get to know everybody out in the community because it's really the community makes the podcast world go round.
Right.
So you don't have listeners. Why even do it?
Right. You know, it's funny. Are you familiar with Jury, Justin Robert Young?
Name doesn't.
No. He's on Scott's morning stream podcast every week, and he's got a weekly podcast called Jury Talks, and he does a night attack show. But anyway, he was on our show, episode 22 or 23. It was the episode after BlizzCon. And he made a comment because obviously when you think of podcasting, you know, depending on what your listening circles are, certain studios and certain people come to mind. You know, you've got Frog Pants and Scott Johnson. You've got Tom Merritt and everything he does. You've got the Angry Chicken guys and A-Move Radio, who do Angry Chicken and Into the Nexus and A-Move Radio. And then you've got further out of those circles, you know, you've got Kevin Smith who does his podcast and whatever. And you've got these people that are bringing in tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands or some, on some cases, even millions of listeners. And like, you know, you've got little podcasters like us who have only been doing it for like 6 months, or even like yourself who's been doing it for, how long have you been doing podcasting in general, or just being an internet personality? A year, 2 years?
Oh gosh. I got into podcasting just after Miss the Pandaria came out. So
Okay, so it's been 3 or 4 years, or 2 or 3 years. So, but I mean, and I'm not quite sure what your numbers look like, but like, and we look at our numbers, and our numbers are good, and that's cool. It's good for us, and I'm happy about them. But like, we were talking to Jerry about it, and he had made a comment. He goes, "You have X amount of people, even if it's only 10. You have 10 people who listen to you every week." He goes, "Think about that." He goes, we look at it on the internet, and because we have access to so many more people, that number looks smaller. He goes, but if you had 10 people coming to your house every week on the same day at the same time to listen to you talk, you run a cult, sir. Like, people are going to call the cops on you. And you know, and that's true. I mean, if you've got 10 people who are entertained enough by you to listen to you, like that's cool. And if it gets bigger than that, awesome. But if that's all you ever get to, that's still 10 people that find you cool enough to listen to. And like that, I mean, it's a cool feeling. And we sometimes overlook that because we are on the internet and because there are so many massive celebrities. I mean, there are people that are in stage production that get excited if 2 people show up to their little independent play. So, and that's a hell of a lot more talent involved in that than there is in doing this. So, you know, this is just kind of a bunch of dimwits hanging out and discussing their opinions. That why does anyone give a fuck? You know what I mean? It's like, you know, we might be fun to listen to and we might have a cool idea every now and then, but so it's very humbling to think about that. And you know, our Patreon is at like $40 a month, and which is just it's unbelievable for me. You know, like, in all fairness, that $40 is friends of ours. But like, I was talking to one of the guys who goes by Treebeard or Ginger, depending on what generation of gaming you're talking to him about. And I was telling him, like, on one hand, it's like, oh, well, you know, you've got these people know you. You know what I mean? But on the other hand, the people that are our patrons right now, they can hang out with us in TeamSpeak anytime they want. So they can listen to us talk and they can talk to us about whatever they want. Yet because of what we're doing and because of how much they like what we're doing, they still feel inclined to be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to support you because what you're doing is cool and I like it and it provides me entertainment. That almost means more than somebody I don't know, because like, they don't have to go that extra step. They're our friends. We know that they support us, but they want to go that extra step anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Like, so that's really cool. So, but that being said, if you're a fan of the show, patreon.com/IG Studios. If you want to help out and help support the show and help keep it going, as well as add new shows like Blizzard Hour and our anime show, which we have to get off the ground. At some point in time, we need a logo. We need an artist. If you are an artist and you want to drop a cool logo that will be shown on our show, get a hold of me. ig.nateward@gmail.com, or the email address you see on the video feed.
I may know a few people. I'll reach out to them for you.
Yeah, definitely do. I threw together the logo for Blizzard Hour, which is cool. But my photoshopping is very, very amateur. And I don't want to, I mean, but something like a logo for like a Blizzardy news show, that's one thing, but something anime, something that's all about drawing, like it needs, in art, it needs to be done in a cool fashion.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, I mean, I've just about good with what I've got. I just got the studio plugs. So we'll get ready to wrap up this episode of the show. Corey, final thoughts, sir? Oh, you...
Final thoughts. New show on Netflix, Marco Polo. Really freaking good. Really good.
That's cool. But do you know what else is on Netflix, which is going to be taking up a lot of my time?
All of Friends? 'Cause
Friends.
I
I know.
Yeah.
It's funny because the wife and I were watching it last night, and like I first off, I love the opening theme. But whenever they clap, like we both like clapped on key, like without even talking about it. Like I absolutely love that show. I'm so excited. Now all we need is Seinfeld. We need Jerry to get off his high horse and release digital versions of those shows so we can buy them on iTunes or Google Play and have them on Netflix. But yes, so no, that's cool. Marco Polo, I'll have to check that out. I'm excited because
it's really sweet.
February is coming up, which means House of Cards season 3 is coming up. I'm all excited. I know.
Still haven't seen any of that show. Yeah.
You need to watch it. But at this point, you might as well wait till season 3 is out because the waiting for that cliffhanger sucks.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Noted.
Gemmett the Hunter. Final thoughts, sir.
Oh, I don't know. Support these guys. Like, I raced home from work because I do listen to the show.
Well, thank you,
it's
sir.
Regular rotation. I raced home. I gotta go. I gotta be on this podcast.
Well,
So,
that's cool, man. I appreciate it.
should support you guys.
I'm glad you're a fan, man. It was a pleasure meeting you at BlizzCon. You are out of all of the, you know how like if you meet a large group of people, they kind of all meld together after a while. Aside from Corey and Brandon, because they were a given, the people at BlizzCon that stood out to me 2 months later was Scott Johnson, Garrett Weinzierl, yourself, and Langtharius, the guild leader of AIE. So, you know, and so that's cool. You know, you definitely are. You have a personality. I remember before I had met you, somebody said, "Oh yeah, just go chill with the dude with pink hair. find the pink hair." And I did, and it was cool, and we had a blast, and it was very cool to meet you. And I was so excited to find out that you vaped. Like that was just totally cool because we were able to discuss that a little bit.
Oh my god!
And I know it's like
vaping, it's so sweet. I should try it sometime. No, I like cigarettes; they're kind of fun.
You should, dude. Actually, and if you are in a state where marijuana is legal, you can get liquid THC for your vape.
That'd just be too bad for me. I'd be stoned everywhere. And that would not be good.
I would be stoned all the time.
Everywhere. It wouldn't matter.
But yeah, it was a pleasure to meet you, and I'm excited to do the Blizzard Hour with you. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like fun.
So it'll certainly be cool. But thank you very much, sir, for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
Not a problem. My final thoughts. Yeah. Dragon Age is cool. If you haven't played them, play them. For a 6-year-old game, Origins still looks amazing. And I'm blown away by it. I mean, I can't believe I'd never played it before. I heard 2 is kind of like the lull in the series.
It's shit.
See, I've heard back and forth, so I'll play it and form my own opinion.
I didn't play it.
Oh, okay.
I played like halfway through and I got pissed.
Right. Well, the biggest complaint about Final Fantasy 13 was that it was too linear. And I actually didn't mind 13. And the biggest complaint I've heard about Dragon Age 2 is that it's too linear. So, I mean, I like the open world, but the flip side to that is I get so lost in the game that I dump 100 hours into it. And
that's the point, man.
Right. That's the point when it's new. But I want to just get through it and get to Inquisition. So the fact that it's linear might benefit me at this point in time. Do you see what I mean?
Well, if you're trying to push your way through, then yes, it will be helpful.
Right.
But
well, we'll see how.
It's not the same, man.
No, it's totally not. No. But yeah, and Far Cry 4 is a lot of fun. I don't know how it runs on consoles. On PCs, it's really cool. I warn against getting it if you have an ATI card because the drivers are really, really buggy. It was actually one of the things that got me to upgrade to the GTX because excuse me. Because ATI cards are in both the consoles. So NVIDIA is kind of blackballing them in the PC market. And like they've got all these NVIDIA proprietary coding elements that they're paying all the companies to use, which makes them really, really faulty on ATI cards. So at least that's my understanding of it. And all I know is I switched out the cards, and Far Cry 4 runs beautifully. And the co-op's a lot of fun. Fuzzy and I were playing that for a while. So
That's cool.
yep. Anyway, that being said, the typical rundown. You can watch the show live on twitch.tv/InkedGeekStudios, soon to be on Alpha Geek Radio, so look out for that. That'll be cool. You can contact us at ig.geekaccess@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter at ig_geekaccess. Check out our website, inkedgeekstudios.com. Look out for the Blizzard Hour coming up very, very soon. You can already subscribe to that on iTunes, on any RSS reader, and on Stitcher Radio. So do that. There's episode 0 and a little holiday message up for that right now. So again, episode 1 coming this week. Stay tuned for news. Following anything, whether it's the studio, this show, or Blizzard Hour, on Twitter is a great way to follow news. The Blizzard Hour is at the Blizzard Hour, and the studio is at is literally at I and then Geek Studios. And that will get you to follow all those 3 things on Twitter. Follow us and, pay attention to all the retweets and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Again, as I mentioned, check out our Patreon. And we do appreciate all support, whether it's $1, $5, whatever. I mean, a penny, I don't care. But we do appreciate and love everything that you guys do. Patreon.com/IG Studios. And yeah, so again, every week, Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern time ish. Brandon hopefully will be back with us next week. But yeah.
With his hurt back?
I
Is that
know.
what it was? A hurt
I
back?
can't sit down in a computer chair or
Oh, my back hurts so bad. I can't
know.
relax in an
I
armchair.
know. We'll
Damn.
trash on him next week. But anyway, that's gonna do it for today's show.
Sweet.
Gemmet, again, thank you, sir, for joining us.
Oh, thank you, sir.
So
Gemmet's a good man.
he is indeed.
Promote Gemmet.
Actually, yeah, really quick, Gemmet, what's your stuff? For those of us that for our listeners that don't know you, promote yourself real quick.
Really, it's just Gemmet everywhere. I'm at
Gemmet everywhere.
I'm at Gemmet Hunts on Twitter.
That needs to be your new Twitter. Get rid of Gemmet Hunts. It's at Gemmet everywhere.
Gemmet everywhere.
Oh, jeez. I can just see the backlash of your ego is overtaking you again.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I do have a healthy ego. I admit to that.
Every ego is a healthy ego.
Yeah.
Here's the thing is if you feel like your ego is bursting, maybe it's just fat guy in a little coat syndrome. Maybe it's not that your ego is bursting. Maybe it's that what you are surrounding yourself with has just become too small for it. So you just need to go to a larger container.
Break from the cocoon.
Buy your ego a new coat, sir.
I'll go on Amazon right after this.
Ego coats.
So at Gemmet Hunts on Twitter.
Yeah, that's where I'm most active. I have a Facebook, Gemmet the Hunter, but Facebook is annoying with those pages.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So.
It's great because it's, I don't know.
I like it because it's more than 140 characters, but it's like nobody sees it anyway. Because I'm not paying Facebook to promote anything.
Right. Yeah. No, when we first formed the studio, I did that. And I don't know what it was, but I got a bunch of Hispanic people that just clicked like on my page. Like every name was a name I couldn't pronounce, which is cool. I don't have a problem. I mean, cool. Listen to the show.
Wow, now they're gonna unlike.
No.
They're gonna hear you say that and they'll be
no,
like,
but it's
"Screw this
like,
guy."
well, no. Okay. See, here's the thing is our likes on Facebook is significantly higher than how many people download the show every week. So it's like, I mean, how many things do you see on Facebook that you just go, oh, cool, like, and then never look at it again?
Everything.
You know what I mean? And then like
Yeah.
you see a promotion for it like 3 months later. It's like, I clicked like on that. Like when did I
Oh,
click
shit.
like on that? Why did I like that?
I click like on that. Oh,
Was
already
I
did.
drunk?
Son of a bitch.
But yeah. All right. So follow this dude. He's cool shit. And
Yeah.
so again, at Gemmet, Ghemit, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, at Gemmet Hunter.
Gemmet.
Or Gemmet Hunts.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
Gemmet the Hunter.
He is active. He actively hunts.
I all the time.
Because you play a hunter, I assume.
Well, of course.
You would play a hunter.
That's where the
It
name
wouldn't make any sense otherwise.
Right.
No, I'm a goblin shaman. Is that even?
What the fuck
even
does
think
that mean?
thing.
Is it because you have now? Do you and your goblin have matching septum piercings?
That would be awesome. But I don't play horde.
I know.
Oh.
You shouldn't have reminded me of that. I'm gonna hang up on you now.
Oh, whatever. You got the
No,
whole
it's
show.
okay. It's okay. You know, we can't all be perfect.
No, definitely can't.
No, Brandon plays. He does 50-50. He is biracial or
Oh.
bifactional. Yeah, but he's I don't know, whatever. Enough about him. We're not glorifying him on the show because he ditched us.
Yeah, we're
this
getting
week.
out of here. Screw that
Yeah.
guy.
All right, everybody.
He has a hurt back.
I'm not gonna rant again. Thanks for listening, everybody. We will see you next weekend.
Yeah.
Everybody do their dance.